Hey, how's everybody doing? This is JJ with Deluxe Vehicle Detailing and Paint Correction here in beautiful Terra Verde, Florida. This is my continuation. I believe it's going to be part 6 or 7. I'm never quite sure. I just wrote it down. What I want to show you here is a quick demonstration of restoring plastics. This could be for anything: a motorcycle, a jet ski, a car, a boat. In this case, the kayak, right? So if you're just jumping in, be sure and just go to my channel, go back to part 1 in this series, hit the autoplay, and sit back, kick back for a while. These are going to be 2 quick videos, basically a before and an after, right? So I'm going to show you my restoration technique for any type of plastic. This happens to be black plastic. And I'm going to show you some products. I'm going to show you a little bit of my technique. And then in the next part, which I believe will be 7 or 8, it will show you the after and just what I was able to achieve. So anyway, that's the overview. Here's the all-around view. So I am working on this. Sorry if my lighting and whatnot. I'm working on this. I'm also using the camera with its front view for the first time just to see how this is. But this is a drain plug base. It's riveted in. It's been riveted in since 1997. We didn't want to remove it. We just had the entire kayak. There's a little quick view of where we're at on the project if you've been following along. And anyway, this base is very weathered. It's very gray. Try and come around, maybe be able to get a little better lighting on that. And it needs some love. So, you know, we've made everything else with all these brand new parts and everything, and we want to get this up to snuff. But the executive decision, not my decision, was that we are going to salvage and not remove this, because then we get into riveting problems. This is the only part of the kayak that is unreachable from underneath, so we couldn't go with screws, because I'd say that the nearest opening is, yeah, it's almost 3 feet away. So here's just the quick steps, right? I just got started on this this morning, and first thing to do was to tape it off. Maybe I could have cleaned it first and then taped. Maybe it would have made more sense, but I wanted to be very careful with the brand new paint job and the unknown adhesive primer, the unknown paint quality, the unknown thickness, the unknown, did it have a urethane clear coat put on afterwards? We don't know. So what you want to do is protect your area. Maybe you're not, of course, painting and restoring fully your kayak. You just want to, do a replacement part or salvage what you can. So this is to get any plastic ready for paint. Here is my 70% IPA. That stands for isopropyl alcohol. I also have Corona Killer. If you are not watching this in August of September, sorry, it's September 3rd of 2020. It's been a long 9 months, let me tell you. So anyway, what you want to do is take a magic eraser, spray on, I've already done this, spray on a little bit, you can cut these to size if you need to, and just vigorously, but not too hard and not for too long, rub and clean your plastic. This is prepping it so that it is open to receive solution finish. I'm going to backtrack myself for just 1 second. I talked about cleaning the aluminum. This is like off base, but I said Dupli-Color soy-based paint. I meant to say Dupli-Color soy-based grease and tar remover, which also could be used in this application and readily available, because if you're watching this currently, isopropyl alcohol is like gold right now. You can't buy isopropyl alcohol, but normally in every grocery store and quick store like oh my gosh, Walgreens and CVS and all that, a big bottle is like $1. You can find it at the dollar store. Anyway, time will tell how that all works out. Solution Finish is my go-to black restoration product. They make it in black, they make it in gray at this time. They may have other colors coming out in the future, but those are the two main plastic colors that people deal with. So for sun fade, for whatever the reasons, maybe a chemical got spilled on it and it kind of took the luster away, you can always try this. It's relatively inexpensive. It's very long lasting, even in an outdoor environment. If you put it on the cowl, like right under your windshield of your car, and clean it up like this with the IPA and a magic eraser, you'll have amazing results just putting this on. We're going all the way with this project. So here I have from Dallas Paint Correction. Sorry if I'm kind of new at getting that. See that? So this is Shield Pro from, it says Luxury Microfiber. He's now stepped away from that business. DPCdetailing.com. DPC Detail. I think it's detailing.com. But anyway, Scott, the owner at Dallas Paint Correction, has made a lot of different coatings. This is an older one. I've got the bottle available to me at my home shop. And so I've been coating a lot of these plastics. 2 coats quick with the Solution Finish. 2 coats, you might wait 12 hours, 6 hours in between. Depends on the humidity and stuff. I usually just give it a day and put 2 coats of ceramic coating on it. That's true ceramic coating. That little bottle, like $100. Like, that's the real deal, not anything you're gonna see ceramic on from Walmart, okay? Know the difference. So, anyway, let's get some Solution Finish and I'll show you what an amazing dramatic result this makes. I know I'm getting kind of long-winded. My coffee's starting to not actually kick in anymore. So here I just want to get as close as I can, the before, kind of lock that in your mind, right? Get my thumb out of the way, get some angles, right? Okay. Try and set you as upright. I wish I had something taller. I don't always, plan for these videos and exactly what I'm going to do. So anyway, my taping process, sharp. These happen to be titanium scissors. They're really, really sharp, which is nice. I always have a lot of very sharp scissors that are only used for cutting masking tape. So this is a 3M. I don't know how well you can see that in there, but this is automotive. This is, again, kind of pricier. You could just use regular painter's tape like this blue tape is, which the painter's tape happens to be clean release by Duck brand, right? Duck, they make the duct tape and stuff like that. So anyway, that's great. It's always nice to have different sizes of masking tape so that you can get around things. And things like this Scotch and 3M, this is a Scotch product. They are very flexible. They're made for automotive detailing and painting where you've got to be able to get around real weird shapes. And so I went ahead and cut a basic outline of this, fit it all in. I then took the blue tape. I've got this hanging off here for a reason. There's a slight decline towards you, and I've got underneath my bottle of IPA, I've got, and I'm going to move that out of the way now, I have directly underneath, I've got some paper towel on the floor. If you get this on anything, it's gonna be black, like for a long time. Ask me how I know. So you wanna be very, very careful with this. You wanna shake it up. I've shaken it up probably 3 times already. You wanna wear gloves because your hands will be black for perhaps months. And you can use different applicators. This is a very small area. I'm not going to worry about the metal rivets. I'm going to black right over them. They can be, you know, re-shown in post of, you know, I can take something and just clean down to the metal. I'm not going to worry about it. Do not overthink the moment. So, the liquid, something a little strange going on with my, I think it's an air bubble, yeah. So, you only need to put just a tiny drop. I'm going to show you the inside of the container. There was a air bubble over the top of it, and I was like, what the heck is going on with this? So, all you need to do is just dab around where you're going to be applying. See that okay? I'm going to bring you in here in a moment. And then work around and I want to get a reasonably close coverage on the edges. And that is really about it. I'm not going to bore you with watching me because that's really all it takes. It's very quick, it's very effective, very easy to apply. It's very, very runny, just like water. So if you're working on a decline or an angle, you know, get yourself something underneath where you're going to be able to protect it. And that's really about it. It just needs a couple moments to set in. I'm going to just touch it up just a little bit more. I like to be very thorough. I'm going to put some in the threads, which I also vigorously cleaned with the IPA. And it'll start to get, I don't even want to say tacky, but it will start to kind of thicken a little bit as it dries. It's going to, you know, be evaporating. And you just let it sit on there, and I just used basically kind of one little quick dribble. We're done with that. I'm gonna put it in there. I will say that you know, my tape job is very thorough. It's actually double layered. After I did the IPA, I went around and made sure everything was tight. Some of the IPA got on the tape, which will, you know, release it. So I went around with a flathead and put down another layer with this type tape and stretched it around this base, and then took my flathead and made sure that everything was really buttoned down. I'd rather take 5 minutes and, you know, do a tape job and not have to worry about any kind of leaking, especially on brand new. And see how much came off there, right? And you just kind of want to wipe on this treatment until you don't see much black. And you can literally, if you are not really anal and detailed about things. See, now barely any comes off. You can literally just walk away from it like this. That's good. It'll be fine outside. It could be in the sun, 24/7. I'm down here in Florida, and 2 years later, my cowl that I did 2 years ago looks black. It had been looking kind of ashy and gray on my Honda, and so now it looks great. So sorry I've taken you 15 minutes and 25 seconds in, but this is how you do. And all I'm going to do is let this dry while I do a couple other things. It's really about done. I could go ahead and put another second coat on right now. I'm going to give that, an hour or so just to be on the safe side and, really buff it out well. And then I'm just going to apply some ceramic coating, which is basically the exact same process. I'm just going to dab some on. I'm going to smear it around. I'm going to level it out. I'm going to buff it off after about 30 seconds, 45 seconds with this product, and it's going to be good to go. I'm going to let it dry for till the next time I get here, which is actually going to be 5 days from now, and I'm going to put another coating of ceramics on it, and then I'm going to give you the part 8 or 9 or whatever it'll be, and it'll just be a quick after. Okay, so you've got the gist of everything. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for your patience. Hope you're enjoying your beverage. If you're making a full viewing out of this, you are awesome. Please hit the notification bell. Bing! Please subscribe to my channel. Like, share, let others know about this who are into kayak restoration or any kind of restoration. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, thank you very much. And I'll see you again on the flip side. Take care.